13-inch roll printing for A3 Plus desktop printers. Now when you want to start using a desktop printer to do 13-inch rolls, you need the information from Epson to show you how to actually organise yourself as far as the printer's concerned. We're talking the Epson 2880, the 1900, 1400, the 2400. There are many A3 Plus printers out there that you can actually put a 13-inch roll into the printer. So what we need to do first of all is go to the Epson website. So here's the Epson website. You go on the support pages and you put in your particular printer. And once you've got your particular printer, what you want to do is to download the manual for your particular printer. And we've done this for you already. And when we've got the manual downloaded, you go straight to the part that tells you about printing on roll paper. So it's the support pages for your particular printer, and we're talking about printing on roll paper. And it's not a bad idea to actually print out this part of the manual. Now once you've got that, you've actually got the information you need to organise your printer so it'll accept a roll and it will feed it through the printer okay. Now the next aspect is knowing about the printer driver and the page setup arrangements. Now the Epson support pages are very handy in this regard, but also you may need a bit of extra help with the organisation of actually taking the shots and being able to piece all the shots together and being able to organise yourself so you're actually printing panoramas or wider formats quite nicely. Now a very good friend of ours, Stenning Camera Club, Cliff Carter, who's a member of Stenning Camera Club, he's got a very good link from the Stenning Camera Club website. Now I'll spell out the word Stenning. So it's a lovely little village in Sussex. So that's Steyning, Stenning Camera Club, and you go on a link from here onto the links page, and we go forward from here and we go to the part that actually tells you about Cliff Carter, very good friend of ours. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to panoramics. And we go on to Cliff Carter's page here. Now Cliff's page, he's got a number of demos. Now the demos on his page, you can actually look at printing the panorama, all sorts of different techniques about actually creating panoramics, organising your page setup, and he's very helpful to all of our customers. So this set of tutorial videos is very helpful for you. So that's Stenning Camera Club, links, and then you go across to Cliff Carter. So having got the information about your particular printer, let's travel across to a printer itself and let's show you how to put the roll into the printer itself. So let's travel across, give the camera a chance to come across to the right position. Now this is the back end of an Epson R2880, but it could just as easily be a 2400 or a 1900. Now what comes with your printer are these little plastic carriers, here. Most of us have left these carriers in the box for months and months, never to be used. But now we've got these 13-inch rolls, which are available in gloss, in satin, and now available in a 380 gram waterproof canvas, which fit onto these cheeks beautifully. So the actual the cores of the rolls are the perfect size to accept this roll. So the cores are the right size, and the outside dimension is correct, so that it goes inside the cheeks of the holder. In the case of gloss and satin, you get 14 meters of paper, and in the case of the heavier, the thicker glossy canvas, you get 9.5 meters of material. In each case, you would always use the photo black to do your printing. So there's no need to change from photo black to matte black. So you're already on photo black. You can do your gloss panoramas and your gloss wider prints. You can do your satin prints and your canvas prints using photo black. Now let's show you how we put the roll in. You've got a couple of little marks here, little marks there. You simply hook it onto the back here with the paper going forward like that. So we're going to hook it on, and we hook the other side on, and there's no point in actually putting smaller paper than 13" through. This is the maximum width of the paper. It's a bit pointless putting smaller sizes, so we've simply specified 13" rolls. We've got a steady green light on our printer, so all we have to do is advance the roll into the printer until the printer will detect that we've got the paper in. So we've pushed it in so far, pushing it in a little bit more. There we are. It's just taken it, and if I move round to the other side, and let's turn this printer round now, so because it's taken the roll. Now, and I can see that the paper has gone through a good 30-40 millimeters. It's actually gone into the printer. What we can now do is go to our computer, and we can start the page layout, and we can plan our panorama, and we can start to print. Now, one word of warning: everybody tells me that when they're starting to print a panorama, you waste about the first 6 inches of paper. There's nothing we can do with it, it's just what happens to happen. But you tend to waste the first 6 inches of paper, and then it will feed out as all the way down. And then once it's actually printed the roll, let's just pretend that we've printed this roll. So we've printed all this beautiful image. This image is by Murillo Tizo, incidentally, of the Workshop Gallery in Eastbourne, and he's been very, very helpful to prepare this little tutorial for us. So we're very grateful to Murillo for helping us here. So we produced this print, and it finishes up about here. Now, there's no cutter on these A3 Plus printers, so what we have to do is we have to get our cutter, be careful here, and we just swipe across with plenty to spare, and then we've taken the print, and then we safely put the print, which is instant dry, and we lay it onto our bench. And we've now finished with our panoramic printing, and we want to carry on with ordinary printing. So all we do is we press the little roller button here, so we hold this button down, and what happens is the printer, it pulls the paper back onto the roll. Now, it's pulled the paper back on the roll. Now, a little bit of warning here. Let's turn the printer back round. Now, before we take the roll off, make sure that we roll up the paper nice and tight back onto the core, and while it's still on here, we put a little bit of tape on here so that we don't damage the edge of the paper on these cheeks. So we can simply take the paper off, and we can move the cheeks off. Keep these safe, these little cheeks here, that's what they look like, and we can safely put the paper back into the box quite safely. Now, a little word about how much these papers cost. We've got licensed satin 13", and this paper is usually £25 plus VAT. We've got the gloss 13", that's usually £25 plus VAT. And finally, the third option that we have, which is by far the most popular, incidentally, for what we're talking about here, is the waterproof canvas, which is £50 plus VAT. Thanks very much for watching.
Brilliant.